I'm just gonna say right now, if you are a Dragon Ball Z Abridged fan and you're a fan of Team 4 Star, stop what you're doing. Stop this video. Don't even come back if you don't want to. Just go watch that episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, episode 60, part 1, that just came out. It should be on their YouTube channel at the time of this upload for this video. Just finished watching it on Twitch, and the chills. Like, yo, as someone that has been watching Team 4 Star since, like, they began years ago, and then also watching Dragon Ball Z as a kid and growing up with it, this episode got me very emotional for many different reasons. One, because this was an amazing hallmarker for both series, for Dragon Ball Z, but also Team 4 Star, because honestly, if you have not heard, Dragon Ball Z Abridged has been on hiatus for a while. It's been a good long while since we've had a new episode, and many fans of Team 4 Star have been patiently waiting for episode 60 to come out, or at least, part of it. This is part 1 that just came out, and apparently from what, was said in the Twitch stream, that it will be coming out with a part 2 potentially next week on Friday. They said that they don't know if that really is going to be the case, but they're going to try, but we'll see where that goes. But regardless, though, we've been waiting a long time to, at the very least, see new Dragon Ball Z Abridged content. It's been a long wait, and finally seeing the episode air, sitting down, watching the live stream, oh my god, like, my heart was just pumping, because all of the jokes to just the serious moments, just everything about the episode, it hit all of the right buttons, and yes, even the muffin button, which I just truly love. I really love the guys at Team 4 Star, and just how much passion they put into their work. It shows, it's clear as day, especially after watching episode 60, that they truly they really love Dragon Ball Z. Yes, they make fun of it, but it's because of how much they love it that it's obvious why they make fun of it, and I love them for that. And this episode, honestly, it was just that good. The way they did their own vision of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, it was so good. That is why I'm having to talk about it right now. I mean, that final segment, that scene when Gohan transforms, or even right before he transforms, and Android 16 talks to him, that speech from 16, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty freaking emotional. More emotional than I think from the original, like, Dragon Ball Z series I watched. Now, don't get me wrong, it still has its charm. I love that. I love, everything about it. But how serious and direct, or honest, 16's speech was to Gohan, but then also how they managed to kind of end it on a funny note that stuck within character of Android 16, and also at the same time stuck with the charm of Team 4 Star, it made that speech from 16 just so insanely good. Like I said, I think, honestly, I like that version more than the original Android 16 scene. And I just love all the little nods to iconic things throughout the years of Dragon Ball Z. Like, when Cell, he's like, in the end, it didn't really even matter. And let's just be real here. You know what that is. If you've been around the block a few times, or you've seen AMVs or anything, or music videos or manga, you know In the End from Linkin Park was an iconic song that was used all the time in AMVs. I remember when I was a kid, and when YouTube actually wasn't really even a thing at the time, and I remember the Cell versus Gohan popping up on these videos with AMVs, and you would hear In the End, and you see, Cell and Gohan going at each other, and seeing Cell make that reference also made me very happy. But let me get back on topic. I'm sorry, there's just so many good moments. But the Android 16 scene, when he's just saying everything he wants to say to Gohan, he's like, you're a coward and all that, stop being what you are. Trunks can tell you a few stories that are really depressing. I'm just like, the way Team 4 Star went about this, they literally did so many nods to so many things throughout Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Like, they nodded to things they already established, they nodded to things in the anime and manga community, and they nodded to things that just, really just showed they're really in tune with their community. I really love them for this episode. It's honestly one of the reasons why I really respect Team 4 Star. They're one of my favorite YouTubers, and once again, just shout out to them for tremendous work with this episode. But I think by far, besides the Android 16 speech, the best moment of the episode, or at the very least for part 1, is Gohan's transformation. It's always been an iconic moment for me. As someone that grew up with Dragon Ball Z, even though at the time I didn't really know it was an anime. It's before I really even searched out and, looked for different anime. It's before I really even knew anything about anime. I remember seeing the Gohan transformation. I remember finally getting my VHS tapes. Like, I have them sitting right over there. My VHS tapes of Dragon Ball Z sitting on my shelf over there. I remember getting them through the mail from Funimation, pulling them out, putting them in, because I was waiting months, honestly, to finally get them, because I remember there was, like, some form of delay on the end of the Cell Saga for VHS, and I remember I finally got them, got to sit down and watch the Cell Saga, and I was just blown away when I saw Gohan versus Cell, and you see how Gohan just transforms for the first time, because all of the build-up to his character from that point backwards all the way to the beginning of the series was just mind-blowing, because, I mean, you had the whole stuff with Raditz, how literally in the first arc of the series, Gohan demonstrated this insane power, and then he showed it throughout Ginyu Force, Scarlet Jr., Frieza, and just when you see all these things that was just built up throughout the series, and all of these arcs finally come into play in the Cell Saga, it really just got me hyped up, and honestly, to this day, Gohan vs. Cell is one of my favorite fights of the entirety of Dragon Ball. It is easily my favorite, besides the Gohan vs. Super Buu. That was a really freaking good fight. I love that a lot. But the Gohan vs. Cell is very iconic personally to me. Maybe not for everybody, but for me. And the transformation signifies so much for me too, because it was when I was really getting into Dragon Ball, and I was really starting to get into anime as well, and I saw that transformation. I remember just jumping up and down as a kid, like, oh my god, this is so cool, and seeing how they added in their own kind of, like, version to it, with their own music, I was blown away. I was like, how can you make a scene that is already so iconic to me, something that I have seen hundreds of times. Like, no joke, I have seen that Gohan transformation sequence so many freaking times. But how could they do something? Like, I was questioning myself, how can they make a scene I've seen so many times? I know what to expect from it. I know what's gonna happen. How can they make something so old, something I've seen so amazing, and just put chills down my spine when that music started to play in the background? The way they did all of that, to the facial expression, like the way they had the ending of the episode end off where Gohan, he got very serious, and then they had their logo pop up. I'm like, oh my god, like they really went all in with that. So just, like I said, job well done, Team 4-Star. I am amazed with this project you've been working on for a very long time. When I started Dragon Ball Z Abridged many years ago, when you guys were like only on episode 5 or 6, I didn't really think it would ever come this far. I didn't really believe that you guys would come to this level of this quality. I just never believe. I never would have actually looked at Dragon Ball Z Abridged as actually an equivalent or equal form of entertainment as the original series. Honestly, when I look at Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I think of another version that is actually kind of canon. Like a shortened down version of Dragon Ball Z, but in its own way, it is canon, and I love it for that. I don't know. I really love what Dragon Ball Z Abridged has become, and just holy crap, good work. Just good work to all of you guys, a part of the crew. I really am looking forward to part 2, and I don't know if any of you guys will ever see this video, but just shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I think many fans like myself can agree that you did some insane work. So I want to end it here. I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. I might make more videos in Team 4-Star in the future, but it's a rarity for me to do stuff that's not, affiliated with anime reviews and manga reviews and stuff, but it really needed the occasion just because of how much emotions like this event gives me. But, yeah, anyways, you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.